Hola! Welcome back to Bilingual Beginnings. I'm Dr. Aisha Dennis, your Spanish language coach, and I help parents teach their children Spanish even if they don't speak Spanish themselves. This week, we're going to be talking about what you can do to prepare your child for the new year so that you're able to start teaching them Spanish. This week, you're going to discover 3 new ways that you can start teaching your kids Spanish. Now, be sure to stick around to the end of the video so that you can learn 3 new expressions that you can use starting this week. If you have a toddler, a child between the ages of 2 and 5 years old, it is the ideal time to begin teaching them Spanish. Even if you don't speak Spanish yourself, this is something that you actually can do. Toddlers love predictable schedules and routines, and this is the perfect time to introduce learning a new language. What I want you to do is think about your current schedule for your toddler and consider where you can add Spanish to this routine. So let's start off with what happens in the morning time. If your toddler is sleeping in their own room and you enter in their room daily to wake them up, you can wake them up by using Spanish. If your child is between the ages of 2 to 5, they are at the ideal age to begin learning to speak Spanish. Let's talk about your toddler's current schedule and how you can add Spanish to it. Tip number 1, use lullabies. Lullabies can not only be used to put your children to sleep, but it can be a gentle way to wake them up as well. This is a wonderful way to introduce Spanish by having them listen to the same songs every morning as they're getting up. Soon you'll be able to start singing those songs to them and they'll sing along with you. And this is an easy way for you to add Spanish to your toddler's daily routine. Once your toddler is up and moving around, you want to go ahead and introduce a new routine in the bathroom. This would include washing their face, washing their hands, brushing their teeth, changing out of their pajamas, taking a bath, getting dressed. All of these are excellent ways that you can add Spanish to your routine. So what do you need to do? Very simply, start learning some of the vocabulary words that you would use in daily routines in the bathroom. I'm going to be able to give you a list of those that you can use with your toddler so that you can start speaking to them in Spanish and they can start understanding and responding back. Tip number 2, add Spanish to meal times. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are usually given around the same time. So it's important that you stick to that schedule so that your child will be accustomed to hearing Spanish at those times of the day. This is another simple way that you can add Spanish to your routine. So when you're about to serve breakfast, you can ask them what they would like to eat, or you can tell them what is available for them to eat. While they're eating, you can talk to them and ask them very basic questions in Spanish. You can also have them help you clean up at the end of the meal, and they can have this opportunity to spend quality time with you while listening to you speak Spanish and you allowing them time to hear the language and practice it as well. Tip number 3, the bedtime routine. Children at this age typically have a scheduled bedtime, and if so, it is important to include Spanish at the bedtime routine. This would include letting them know that it's time to go to bed, preparing them for their nighttime bath if they take a bath at night, helping them to get into their pajamas, offering to read a book to them at night, and consider playing lullabies for them in order to go to sleep. This is an opportunity for you to once again use Spanish in their routine, and it will help them to be able to hear the language as well as allow you and them to practice speaking Spanish. Now, here are three expressions that you can use with your child this week in order to encourage them to speak in Spanish and also practice listening as well. And also practicing their listening comprehension in Spanish as well. Expression number 1, buenos días, despiértate. Buenos días, despiértate. That means good morning, wake up. That's the first expression that you can use when you're doing your morning routine. Expression number 2, ¿qué prefieres para el desayuno? ¿El cereal o La avena. What would you prefer for breakfast? Cereal or oatmeal? You can substitute cereal and oatmeal for other food. You can substitute the word cereal and oatmeal for other foods that you want to offer to your child as their preference. That you want to offer to your child, to ask what their preference is. Expression number 3. Es la hora para dormir, duérmete. Es la hora para dormir, duérmete. It's time to go to sleep. Go to sleep. This is an expression that you can use with your child when it's time for them to go to sleep and to tell them, go to sleep before you turn out the lights. I hope you use these expressions this week with your child to start the new year off with some new vocabulary. Look forward to seeing you in 2023. Hasta el próximo año. Until next year. Adios.